I'm just walking out here in the new build section of our development with my little pup Boog. There he is. But yeah, it's all new and we love to come out here because he doesn't have to be on his leash, and you love that, don't you, Boog? You just love not being on your leash. Yes. But I don't know who's wanting to have their houses built by those brain cancer forming things, but apparently some will buy it because they're going to be going up for about $400,000 is what I hear. So anyway, I was just getting on here because I was back to working on my memoir again, and this morning I read some good stuff and just had some good time with God, and then I visited my Facebook group called Christian Wives of Alcoholics is what it's called. It's not my page, I just am a member. And people share some stuff there. And one of the questions today was, what are some of the best books you've read during this journey? And of course, the Bible was one. And then I said my usual, Stormy O'Marty and Power of a Praying Wife. But one that came to mind was Max Lucado's book. And if you haven't read it, it is so good. It's called It's Not About You. And, you know, in this world of everything is self-help, yes, we do have to take care of ourselves, but we also have to have compassion. And I posted that on my Hope for Wives of Alcoholics page today. I posted one of the big self-help posts that kind of said how you want somebody to say to you, can I help you? Are you doing okay? You know, that we want people to reach out to us with this compassion. But then I thought, as I was reading it, do we do that for our spouses? Do we reach out to them with compassion? Do we use any of those phrases on them? And right now, some of the really good ones elude me, but do you need to talk? That was perhaps one. Do we say it in a kind way to our husbands? Are we ever compassionate to our husbands? If we ourselves want people to be compassionate to us, what if we would be compassionate to them? I know God asked me to do it at times and show my husband love when I had nothing in me wanting to show love. But it was during those times when he asked me, I would say, all right, God, I'll do it, but I need you to do it through me because nothing in me wants to. And all he needed was my willingness. And he would take what I gave him, which is another lesson I've gotten this week. It's giving whatever you have, no matter how little, and letting him multiply it. And that's exactly what he does. I got that message twice on Sunday. One was from Dr. Shirley at church, and the other was from Christine Kane. And she said, you know, we often don't give anything because we think we got nothing to give. But what about the kid with the 5 fish? No, is it 5 loaves and 2 fishes? Yeah, and he gave it. Well, he probably wasn't the only one in the crowd that had food. He was just the only one who offered, because he was just crazy enough to believe that he could make a difference. And so when he was asked, he offered, and look what Jesus did with it. So I feel like that was just such a good lesson, combined with that thing that I was reading today, and then reviewing my journal as I was writing my memoir. Just that on the days when I felt like I had nothing to give, I would just say, okay, God, here's the little bit that I have. I am going to give it. I don't want to change my want to. One of my biggest prayers is, God, I am willing for you to make me willing, and he will honor a prayer like that. So I give him my willingness, and he allowed me to show the compassion. And I wish I could say I did it more often than I did, but I honestly failed a lot more than I didn't fail. But that's why I'm on here. I'm trying to encourage you guys not to do the same. I'm trying to help you to learn from my mistakes. So I hope today that you can grab something from this, maybe join Christian Wives of Alcoholics, although they do give a lot of bad information, I have to admit. Or check out my Instagram page, Hope for Wives of Alcoholics. I share things from the perspective of a wife who knows that God is telling her to stay in her marriage. And like our Dr. Shirley said on Sunday, she's been going on 55 years of marriage, the cutest couple ever. And she said, you know, I love my husband now, but it wasn't always that way. Because you know what, friends? Honestly, whatever doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. And even tonight at CR, there's a testimony of a lady whose husband was giving the testimony, and she stayed with him. And I don't see too many of those ladies come to Celebrate Recovery. Most people are looking for a reason to leave. But like I said, my page is for those that know God wants them to stay. So if you want to come and argue about leaving, I might not be the page for you. I believe it's marriage for life. And God can change anything. And that's just what God impressed upon my heart, that no marriage is too hard for him and he can fix anything. So I just went into this whole thing with that line in the sand drawn, that mine's not going to be the one that's too hard for God, because nothing's too hard for him. And he showed me that it wasn't. And so that's what my page is about, staying when it looks like it's too hard, like it'll never be fixed, but watching God do it. And like Dr. Shirley said, sometimes the only reason she stayed was because of the covenant. But now what they have is awesome. And what Regis and I have is awesome. And yours can be too. So anyway, check out the books I suggested, and check out my Instagram page, and maybe I'll see you out on Christian Wives of Alcoholics or my Hope for Wives of Alcoholics page. God bless.